So today we're going to talk about file managers. So this is what we have here is just a typical file manager. I think it's the one from XFCE, and it's just a standard GUI file manager. This is my wallpapers directory, and you can do standard things like I don't really know how to use this thing that efficiently, but you can sort the files by recent time somehow. I've forgotten how to do that because I don't use this very often. But it's just like what on Windows you would have the pictures and thumbnails and previews, and I guess some of them don't work because I don't have the right plugin for that. But my perfect solution is the Emacs Direct or directory editor. So this is what the same directory looks like in the Emacs file manager, Dired or Dired, I don't know how to say it. But typically it would look like this with all this extra information, but I turn that off so it's a bit more minimal. It can do everything that any normal file manager can. Like for example, we can copy these two files into our home directory, and we can go see them down here. And you can also delete files just by marking them with a delete. But there's lots of tutorials out there for that. You can also rename them to like file.png or something like that, and also sort by new. That's the most recent image I've downloaded, and you can see that I downloaded it yesterday evening, and it's a pretty big one from Wikipedia. Well, one of my favorite features actually is the Dired Edit. Or Dired Toggle Read Only, that's what it's called, but it's more like a text editable mode. Because everything in Emacs is a text buffer, you can see that because everything in Emacs is a text buffer, you can directly edit your file managers as if they were just any text, because of course that's a feature that Emacs has. So you can turn on this mode and then type like text, and then do Control-C, Control-C to finish, and you can see that the file was renamed over here. I'll turn that back to how it was, and you can see that it's back to normal. And because it's Emacs, you can also combine other features like macros. Like let's open the edit mode and then begin a macro, and then do like hello world, and then go to the next line, and then end the macro, and then you just rename all the files like that. And you can also do multiple cursors if you have that package installed and set up, and edit the files with multiple cursors as well. So that's that out of the way. Another interesting feature that's built in directly to Dired is the image mode. So let me just mark a few files here, and you can see with Control-T, Control-T, we can show the marked images thumbnails directly in the text buffer, and we can still do the same things like editing it. Edit, renamed it, and just do Control-T, Control-T to review the thumbnails again. Another thing you can do is just the standard image Dired command will show you like a gallery mode of all the images you have, which I find to be very convenient. In a previous video I've shown my additions to Emacs with the suckless image viewer, but I have since then added some more functionality, like marking images and then running the command, and those marked images will show up there, which I find to be pretty cool. Another cool thing you can do with direct is the possibility of scripting. So a long time ago, about 2 years ago, I started watching the Primogen, and he has this script called Emacs Sessionizer that takes him to his most frequent projects in his code directory. And it opens up a Emacs session automatically and CDs into that directory so that each consecutive kind of tab in Emacs will show you that directory. But what I've done in my script called direct selector, there's a bunch of directories that I visit quite often, like the wallpaper one, and you can see that it just opens up a direct window, and because I have the frame installed, it renames the frame automatically. Yeah, so I think that's it.
Райан Гослинг